Frimpong. So, you could so soon, you hear sa come ye.
Annie.
Okay.
Annie, a year, 100%. If you say, you're young couple in a namono, or you're unseen God, any in a number. Yamia, you for a new woman in a number. And Yamia, you for a new woman sooner, or Cassatre, yet woman from at the daycare which year. Yamia, young for any woman, and a person or chile near Yenny, woman from a name Adia. It's in Yamia, young for a new woman. Na opese okasame ho na opese wo kire made na menye obi a meye ko mu no na de mate
you brazy did be try your ho ahia. So is it possible to practice this silence or quietness in the midst of the day around us?
It's possible for those who are serious.
It's possible.
Once you just say, "Oh, maybe possible. Possible."
Pastor Frimpong, bra, me train radianim. Am I come? Dear Nancy.
Abra will nipa eye kumu radianim. They kind say we are preparing our spiritual ear to hear from God. They to sumi no. Na siesie honhom no say onye krado se obetumi agibi bi free onyankopon ho na afi so no abrebia no me siesie me honhom so ani efise ebi honhom achade akura ba de che no spiritual gift akura no emfa ma wo bia na bugabuga obi a busy oh ya no while in waiting and no one say afraid why a crowd will send me the mawa.
Last week on the state of the church, practicing silence in waiting, and I shared the waiting room, a place for spiritual awakening. Or train piano, or train piano, the train, or dia ye train woman. Yen kan die pi na obi amfa na nyani ankosi die party bi so. It's actually a place nti the waiting room no ayesa biaya ye twen erade animu no eye biaya ye nya honhomu nkenyan. The waiting room is a place for spiritual awakening. Erade beye adom obefa ye mpani for so aboy erade adom. We have Pastor Seth Ochre Ampedu ye papa erade fa no so eboy mp no adom nti o ha. That is said pacho ye ma kwa aba. That in pacho what to say. There is a say. Pacho ma adora ni fefo nyina hoye. Ye there dey say erade hia pa. A face so ye wo Pastor M.A. Frimpong. Moses Akwasi Frimpong. Pastor Frimpong ye ma kwa aba.
Yeah, na.
Pacho what to say.
Christo Yesu adona hoye pa.
Ye there is a say. And then erade aside dey yaba.
Adoma kwenti.
And our very own Pastor MTK Stephen. Ono na friend in the resident pastor. Ono nkwa na the resident pastor on the state of the church. Pastor MTK Stephen. Pacha Makwaba. Pacha na how to say?
Christendom.
Yeah, that is say. Adofonum, yeah, papa no me, and near a may, near a debefa on so, and ne, ama menu ayinsha. The waiting room, a place for spiritual awakening. Your car will say, "Ubit me share on Facebook." Yes, sure, I share and my for comments is so bright. Bekayama. Your WhatsApp line, the work screen is on 0243 201283, and then so far or text message and I say or SMS. WhatsApp messages efaso brana yebekin kind amount. Ye call ye jumedian so the waiting room, a place for spiritual awakening. Ye call ye papa ho. That is said. Pacha ma kwa baby you. That in pacha and they share the waiting room, a place for spiritual awakening. Say or train a dia ye train woman I say or train ye biano. E biaya ye nya huhumu nkenya. That in pacha ye a Christopher. Obikwa until that say if be spiritual awakening. E pe say who say ye kasa spiritual awakening and I say huhumu nkenya ya pacha e tressing. Radin fa so moye.
when you are sharing, I'm so my French and so at the home.
Okay.
Here we sit in.
Amen.
Abraham shared, you know. Who say you were a revival?
Yeah.
But we will say awakening. And say, Nora, I'm saying, which is which?
Okay.
Because revival there, and near bringing something will be a woo near revival. That is dead. So now ye Kenya, you know.
Okay.
And now awakening there, unyani will be.
Okay.
Just a wada. So, but since I was say awakening there, and I'm awakening, you know. Spiritual awakening is when a Christian who has become apathetic, uninterested in spiritual things, and can be said to be asleep, is suddenly jolted by someone to come out of lethargy, lack of interest and lack of energy, or sleep to face the absolute reality of his surroundings, be it blessings or danger. This person becomes alert. That is, he becomes watchful, and is now quick to take note of danger. Ephesians 5:14.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Ephesians 4:9. Tinum emu du enai. Onyankopon asem se, enti na wo se wo awada nyane. Na so le fra wo fuo mu. Na Kristo no be shrama wo. Amen.
Amen.
Wo awada
nyane.
Just any pe wada to say ne wo akosu bi wo ga se wo.
Ye kan wo hwe bia wo hu onte.
Unconscious of his surrounding. And na when you say the word apathetic. So when you can be apathetic, I say you be amfano. Na ekosu bia no se hu na onhu senti ase na onyan eno no ne but bibia odu ba bibia amfano na nigu super nso wada enti awakening ne ye bra obi be pem no so ada so be kasem bi na akire no ene ko be faso de no am se chire beba so when that person is suddenly jolted by someone to come out of the lethargy, no, just only panons only a horde, Abian a horde, unnancy. So small horde, unnancy, and I'm more apathetic, no. So, until the apathetic and a lethargy, they go together. Back there, on you interested, but lethargy, dear. I say, no, I need when you're anemia, home anemia, and more yassa. So, and to a chemical so a ye, and to a pimpin ye, no say, hey, I'm pen baby intra. So, Nipano, and no here awakening. As so being any feeling them, what that? And to which because in the echoes you won't the new good was in the echoes into won't Nana normally no air to danger.
Nti ye nyane o ma wo hu ade boni bi a ekoso a hu ye bata wo say ade o mo
we address nso hu ni enti se wo nyane ne psa no a afi this person becomes alert that is he becomes watchful afi no ya say afi de
o ring
enti na end be ka say obeye enida ho ntika kra metumi aka afa
eradi show pastor tete odi bi be ka ho young pastor friend spiritual awakening. Eradi shamu eradi ase na che say nanka nipa no nyese oye wiase ni oye Kristo ni na emomu no wada wonyema bi ho ana na ninni ne ho so nyema bi ho obu na ni agu nyema bi so ti ebre bi a nipa ni nya bre nko ana otwen de a sa bre ne ye bra erade di nya ni free sa nyema enini ne ho so a enso na wasanka o ma na ni ekoso ni nyina ho dadi mpatcho sesa ye de erade ase adofonom ye to aso na erade ebeboa ye mpi ene na ye hwe se wo ye Kristo sumi mu no ye agidifo yi no brano ye hia sa honhomu nkenya yi ana Pastor Frimpong, do we need this spiritual awakening in our Christian lives?
Oh, okay. Already shira pa na. Already shira hwefo ne atiefo ne fa akonya so chia yempanifo nyina yensof pani apostle Moses already shira ne already adom asofo e kan nya prophet already shira bibia o Yesu Kristo dimu. Asemisa obisa se nema eye enkenyan na se this spiritual awakening ye hia da bia no kren se ehia. Christians are like things planted in a garden.
Okay.
Christo 40 said enema ye dua no wo afuom.
Okay.
We are living in a dry land. Asase ensuo ntongo so. But yet we want our fruits to flourish. Sebeso. Then what do we need? Insuo.
Okay.
There be a here see edi insuo begu so.
Okay.
To get that resource.
Okay.
Out of the fruits we have planted.
Pacho samete wase aye se de wadua nkuruma wo epebre.
Wadua nkur aha. We fa no ba ye bia wo pebre.
Okay. Adekọ no so hia nsuo akede be ye from.
Very good.
Nti no na ne wo se de bia no. So pe se ade de from odia.
O se nsuo koso.
Okay.
Nti no sa te bia na Kristofo tim wo wiase mu. Ye wo wiase a enema ekutie nipa always titro Kristofo ebre ya se kum ye dry no wo ho de biara da ekutie ye de every blessed moment men can say minute o every blessed moment in every moment bia no ye wo niam ye akudi a epese Kristoni wo hwe kora se ka se bibi mu ahwe a te se hwenim wo hwe kora ni senti no ehia mase de bia no ye sa spiritual awakening de bia ehia de bia rada on say Yesu Kristo asema okan and say Erade asema okan Psalm 23 no okan nipa oye from no odine tutu nipa we gina hefa odine tutu duesi nsu baby adua bia sie bia adua but dua ye from the bensu ada bia enya access to nsuo no ori na ye from enti no ye Kristo sumu da biara da because my remfi say efficient system say
de achire ne ye ma ye
honya Erade na ho odin tumi mu sa Erade na ho odin tumi mu no ye nya nkase na de maye manya ti afi de mawie efri say wose woma ye ne wo manya no nya honam ne moja nye nipa ne mo ye ne ne ma ye hu na under normal circumstances onipa bia ni ahoden se odi begina wo manim na ba bia ye ho odin fire no efre Awurade mu ena Yesu Kristo nso aka no John 15 say meni bobe no mo ne man no wose de otena memu na me tena ne mu no ono no so aba me ho ban bia eso aba no meja be yi ho na supi da de enso aba ne de obetwa to gem. So that means in order even to keep or to stick to Christ ni nyina no da biara da
ye be na obetumi atena
Yesu
Kristo mu na obefam
Yesu no da biara da inya se inya sankanya no e wo yemu ti Kristo sumu de de men kano da bia ntina ye Awurade Yesu Kristo anase onyankopon asema okakire Joshua no so okakire Joshua say binemranse mi ho anopa nko wi o ade na okan imprensa dwene ho anopa awia ena nwumre imprensa meaning say abri bia no kone nchen abri bia no niema a wo benya ne Awurade honhom bi hia no da bia ye nti no ehia pa Kristo mu no se pe heaven akoyi nenye wiase ya na se ye pe ne pe heaven akodi a ne Kristo so me ehia sa awakening no every moment
Awurade moy say ye pe heaven akodi a as Christians ye hia spiritual awakening every moment Awurade moy pastor tete me any kind of way ntwam se na pastor ka se ye ti wiase a niema etimi ma ye dry etwa ye ho ahia. What are some of the things that you ma Okristo ni ye dry we ye brace we?
Yeah, so mama nyame shira. a chair in a tear for na a chair Sofomame for your apostle and a D4 Yamadoba Mecha will be a and evangelist ne Sofomame for a canina will be a yeah near ma and my hair dry no a dorsum na the Dimako Timbaco mobile phone.
You're very sweet. Oh,
I can't be
mobile phone.
I can't hold my nipa dry. How? I don't say. I did be a dahocha now. Who tried be at one? I say a dahocha. And now, more than that, Fakuna, we are born on and now. Sounds like nipa be a so say. I did be jumred more. Oh, Jana Biojana, not need jumred de biano and one ania. More dry. It means. Mobile phone no give time to the extent that they don't have time to go to the waiting room, and therefore they become dry all the time. They become dry all the time, and even not a bit of waiting room, but the consciousness and the seriousness and the focus.
Oh, why was that the phone they call?
A crano phone crash at GFO, and in a no we see the day. Mobile phones so can't they know? And quite any mood the day cashier. Obo se man tem de wa a man for ye de wa but de back up e dikan your mobile phone.
I shall bedroom was one.
How ye de to a hard drink to. I did be you focus free obota so that near the day. I did be you focus and say you be one hwe. E free sad no so ko si sad de no so bia.
E free obota
no so ko si.
Si ono sad de kro no so no.
Sad de ko de ne ye.
See, anything that takes our focus from our purpose.
Yeah.
A noise.
A noise. And your husband could be a noise. Your wife could be a noise. Though on gentium, you say be or gentium of you, and I say be that. But for the fact say always we be a careful as some can be a wife your honam. And as a Korea honam. They be a old chimgo from no chimgo. A disturbance. Obviously downfall. So mobile phone ama be my dry pa. And number 2 so you ayonko fa enye Kristo ma ayonko fa. Ade ba ko a maybe a twam. Metimaka say eboa me kese pa ye ayonko bi ma me de me ho bo.
Okay.
A very powerful. You will not get as a Christian so benya Christian fellowship. You can say Christian fellowship different from say you kwa sorry you bafi you kwa sorry bafi different kra say be am say oh me yonkuni oh asofukuo ya ba sorry you kofie oh truth asofo ne truth that be you can say fellowship far different from that. Fellowship you be a me no nam me no kuta the same vision, the same goal, the same just say you be the same. Ya think kan ye bre ye bibia ye bi ani kire ye vim and say ya ho the ability nya the same. Say ni pa no na friends won wa yonkofa fellowship. Enti no say wa yonkofa no ase ni pa won nam no enye saa ma he obey dry
kwa. Ya wa dwen kire nya ho na na dwen kire wo so wa fa won ni bo yonko.
Obey dry kwa bro dry no so. Because baby say that okay baby wa dwen nam no nya ho kura na ne de wo maybe who can evangelist myself no so can or can be based as you know fakra ekobasa you will become dry and dry and dry. Yeah, when people odo who born say ayonkofa say they make here a ginger you to do spiritual things more. But say when nya sa kwa no so a obekọ fom obe dry. And near my dry no be a mobile phone and bad company. I'm said do a doors panumbetin the account doors pa pakakra medical account.
Ready mo you. Ready show. As I've been probably before you rank out the back ho na dey name me am I dry as Christians no.
Me the television account. I say obi be ka say THM TV about no. So let THM TV. But no he say THM TV the wusua nyina no beboa ma de kuta wo no wotumi ehumumo but ense THM TV and as television beje de kuta wo ne free wonsam but
And I had the answer, there's time for everything.
Very cool. Yeah. And TV is here, one avenue, open the Jenny Pamela account. But you can sit behind your television more than hours. So that I can attend channel 1, channel 2. When you also know I spend the hours, and say, and I was spending.
And you're profitable.
Very good.
And then put the THN TV there. You near my hair come out so baby dear.
Oh, and
near my question I know day.
And yet, intino phone account. And even Obi Adwuma kura kromane dry. Oni bremen yankopon. The kai say enche kura no soma for the bi beto your platform so. Meeting in fa manage emra dodo wa yenya wo ye dwuma ho sene ye Kristo som.
Yeah.
Ye to me skip church for work. But we can't skip work for church.
No, yes.
Enti sa na ma na to so no yenka hu say eja bia no ehia mamumu ehia ma say ehia ade a ebeboa na ma wadarie ti to so no say de e ma ne dere ne ma ebedum nti no niema we so no electronic gadgets ne de ma menka ne sa e na afen so no our society na etitimu no koyo ba bi oho no mo a wo sora no pa wo mfre de baba wo sora mfre de no ba de na beba bebo pru wo mo mpo ne baba na orugu asum ti bo so obe sore no aya ne se mame ntwen kakra ne mra ho so no na ediwa ko ne bebre e na spiritual awakening anase hunhumu in Kenya na hunhumu in Kenya ye kan ho asem no ebre to breso even 1 second upon 1 second kura no na etwe osan bebre o ti sa ne mane nyina kan ho bi e na ema ni pa ye dry pa e wo ye bre so aye wo mu
right moy that is it actually inim say odi bi beka we ho anye sa de a okay actually
okay Isaiah 26 verse 3 or say Isaiah 26 verse 3 I say de nadwe tim so na obakro no asomdwe a edimumu ifre se woso na ode na hoto enti hey eno san aka no 2 Timothy 3 was say na hu yese na edi akire mu no emre mu ye den ebeba oko Luke 21:34 so I say na mo hwe mo ho yie na potwa ene nsabro na enkwan mu ne oma ho dadwene ene hawo anhye mo akoma so na eda na ametum mpofrum sefidie and now call Matthew so I think Matthew 5 or Matthew 6.
Okay. Matthew
6:25 for say ye intimaso say monwunwene mokra ho say den na mobidie ana say jana obenom ana say nipadua ho say eden na mobefra intimekana nyina bomu a ade betumo ni panso a dry once na meka lethargy lack of energy just bibi e betwe o musrade ba ko ye adwendwen
da ye bring so de adwendwen ko a o
adwendwen
uko no wa ye adwendwen ko a
como se sika e moja hwe no kro e Christopher sika ni ho kro ana
uko to dwoma agogo
kan se woni sika na wanya hoho
oh
ana so bi so ba basrawo
ye
oho anya so mpa so obo eno ho adwendwen aho enti no sena na pastor kan ne bebo he dry no adwendwen pa di mu akoten wo hwe sena scriptures am ko to ye nyo se na mo se ena edi akire no emre hwe na na me ko bi se adua wanka yes 12 CDs beans 12 CDs enti no kotoko kwa ya chia one to adua 5 cities ye kwana ye ma adua nto je say to 5 cities
I just say first na nanga go bedi e aduane eja uniska na je say wakwaje na e go be expensive food
me ba bi o share capital say e good pa okwa na wadi kan no nsu enti wodi gusen wasa no nsu e kosura na etu ba from na etu and go be na etu into you adua na make am 96 na 50 cities eto tiko tiko ka
96 yeah
na 50 cities to tiko and na 50 cities to by remian nketwa miensa won ni ade na okọ intadwendwen de ne de obia wanhwe yi a e be dry
adwendwen ni so that impacho emma orefi nsama erade fa so kan onkai mu bia onya bronko no akodwen de erade aka
na ne course ko bi je dem ha wante ne course de
because of adwendwen
ne ba school fees electricity bill water bill
na no kan gas asa oni bidie so
oni bidie so
oni ska de koto bidie
yeah so gas asa mid ila oni bidie just so enter adwendwen de in fact almost say yenhwe ye na edana anto ye mpofrim adwendwen o
so say asetan mu da dua hye ye kra so
hye wa ko mama enter adwendwen de am hu ye mobo
rade hu ye mobo
Christopher
rade hu ye mobo
ne nyina so akoye gidi wase bibia tumi homa ne ogidi Mark 9:23 Luke 1:37 says sinyankopon afam no bibia tumi ye ho ti se nyagide se nyambehwe ya homo se prophet ne ba se so ye madwuma amehwew adwendwen so man ye adwuma no ntina che se mehwew no emma
je se ye
na sa ya adwendwen mo
kobre so awunya
obonsam so ahye dem ade no ma den se musuro kro na se de biga na hye se ekra nsuo ni anom eno so be ka ho de se ne yewu
semesi
na o memenya ska akra nsuo no bi hwene ye nsuo yi enti adwendwen kod o se koda dwen just adwen o de koda o koda dwen o de nyina na guso dwen
ya ka cho sa adwendwen wo sumye
enti kakra no ka no se adwendwen de in fact it cuts across
yeah erade moy daddy erade fa so na fa to aso my say so say obi echo the waiting room is it true that onya the spiritual awakening here you can
se wakoho do nko de na obotan nti okoye
okay
so ka so waiting room na me pese me clear de bi wa
okay
the principle of waiting upon God serves as the centripetal factor for effective Christian life. It is the basis for a continuous close walk with God. At the end, waiting upon God and a continuous practice.
Yeah.
You practice the presence of God.
Yeah.
So, jadi sesebo washroom.
You practice
baby,
the
will
presence.
be it is a centripetal factor. And now say the life wire of the Christian. Bibia, I'm so na pastor can okutu Joshua say anopa ewia anajo. Na you say bibia no nyampe say wadwen betim no so. Bibia no ni bedinko because bibia so kasa. Na me kasa bibia antina Isaiah 26:3 no say ne nadwen betim so no mekora no. Wasumdwe mu. Enti se bibi ba nyambe mu ahu wo yo bia bibia hwe se obi ko retreat e wo Brazilian forest eno ba be nso wo America wo MC take Brazil wo nso American o yadia so bibia no nyame ne mo ho na tongues to no o kan tongues no sa no ntiase na brofo de so they keep their diaries na adana na nwa no chro to ho say what is happening enti won ye ko retreat ba ye no no say hey amane be ekuhu ye se ba bi ye ko boy camp no eye asono ekwan ɛho na aso elephants omofa na omokɔ na omoyɛ no so ombo pata ana nya can food no medi bia na omde aguso bia na omde aguso nyankopɔn ho omoto mani asono na ebe yi nyaso no ketewa wo omba yu na we na omo dwane na mo ho kɔ pem pata na kan ayin ana ye dede se yesa aso so ade mo suro ni dede ene ne ya ha no nyina san o machi oh say obi practice ayi a
the presence
nyametum kwa awakening otumi awakening to danger.
Yeah.
Legon ha 1968 and so bi si sa obi da che say almost emribo otumi da na honhoma bompaye ai no enti wada no answer tongue say tunu and so kana sa send the next room no Christo ni ba ko ha honhomone aba e ma no so e de afam pomom 68 o Legon ha o enya na nsesemo enti yi na tu no ena ma honhomone san de pana beto ho ombe ma no so de na ekọ enti no sena woka no sa awakening ne de nipa no oya no odiwura edem ho de a no nem nya okoye enti ye den nyame ebe alert into certain dangers na wotu no fo ebi sen ne ekọ ya na apostle ka sen sema otte no oyi de se no bi otwa nyame ne man ko bete ano o maka nchiri emu bi no ebi enso mo o no ka kire ye die ono aso smafo no so se wan practice sa waiting na de ne kwa awakening ni man ko be de hu sisi ase a message about ne it serves an awakening to the whole church. Me nyina buku to dwe ni obuku do ya mse na mo so bu ya mse be di wachi asana fo bi bunku to dwe mo nya mse abibi se mo tiri nkwa
ampo
me di achamo oyi de say ye dan ni nyina kan enti eye wait awakening ne de eye period a nyame no manipa ne ba na ho so enti awakening ne ye se woni ba wo ho so e wo no ma bi ho na dem ho no den na se enu na akoye de bi ko a na enka wa agenda ho na se ko boni ma de nyina no
na wa ba ne nko a
de eni de ade ama no nko a de oboda ne do ade a kire
Radishao, your papa. They say it's true that the waiting room is indeed a place for spiritual awakening. Pastor Frimpong, who does the awakening in the waiting room?
Okay.
Who brings about the awakening?
Radishao, waiting room. There were in Kenya, and I said, "Dear, Omani by a hostel, dear."
Okay.
Because last week Erade Adoma na Jumede ne kosono kasa ene mu ne pie mu se yene onyankopon a wo ye honhom the unseen God yene ne nanam ntino ebra o ma ye hu na kwan ne na pede eye ebra menya bre ko nanim na nko betime de mransem na ma Moses mu abro mu tete nipa no ko betime ni Moses akasa twere ade na okache mu se fo pepo ne bra jawo mu nyina ho fo bra
sa fo bra no okabi che John no come up hither
fo bra
na a Lord's day
yeah
was in the spirit
on the Lord's day
yes on the fufu na ba nkwan
so was in the spirit de moye
fo bra enti fo bra no mu no se wo koduru ho de a wona be mu hu se so person ne menanti ye di a wo pese me de wo ye wo pese wo so me ne di a enyewe yewe enyewe twon yeni sei tia said o ka kire Moses no o say said ya nsusu a me de kire wo pepo ne so no ye ne sa pepe
according to pattern
very good Entino in the waiting room dear nyankopon ne ye adwuma no wo yemu ye de ho beko
okay
no na kire ye de o se ye
so we present ourselves and then he does the awakening
okay ye de ho beko no a kire ye
okay
de also ono na ye de o se wo yemu na ma ye so nani
okay
if say ye adwuma bia ye bia no kwasem ne se Awurade no kra wa Awurade honhom ammo ye ne a ye no kwan be na fa so bi o se ye so Awurade ani nti no ono na onya de ewura ho no muri wie di a ana oboaye na se ye ukona ne mu nko ade a sansiesie no efri Awurade ho no na eba
okay Awurade shroud pastor tete ye ko Awurade ani in the waiting room ye who say he does the awakening in us on the my anybody also you may be honoma how does he do it what am I saying
ade ba ko ewo awakening who say say bia any wa na atie for bi bebe na nya a little experience about the can ade ba ko no say obi o ko ni waiting room and the first thing obi wo ni waiting room though we wait on God everywhere we are
so not necessarily that we should be
yeah
okay
baby and bia no we are in the presence of God
yeah and so pastor intine kano not necessarily in the waiting room but obi o practice the presence in go so another di kano obi o ti be bi di ni fufu a na dream sihe so no how does he get an awakening
but that is why I can say yepen isu moving about and being in the presence of God is difficult. Very, very serious. You may not be able to do that.
You may not be able to move around and still practice the presence.
Because what you are seeing out in Ghana here, no crying as adequate. And you must get a waiting room.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a man of God, you must get a waiting room. That one day is a fact. Titifone di they were having waiting room. On say and then I ni nyame ho adagye saa o. Na me titifone kan titifone ho nsem a obi bia ni ho o see dance bia o fia o timu no oni waiting room o. That you must find a place to meet God.
Yes, garage no one see waiting room.
And the pension garage pa car but waiting room.
Oh.
Waiting room say we any impose a move in the pen. So I war room no. You must have a secluded place. I don't know yes for number. One or now in one presence. Or no monam. Na edu ebe no option ho. Bible say a solitary place. What does it mean? The word solitary, what does it mean? Means a quiet, undisturbed place. But here is the case. When you are practicing the presence of God, you may not be able to do that. You may not. Be an went to me. And you know, and I waiting room, you go there at a specific time. Are they back where am I to me? Say we don't meet God at a specific time. So I say, only rather be din share, maybe anopa. How much 5 be our call rather any one pipe more. God is ever ready to meet you at that time. But and then, call 5, I call 5. I call 8 o'clock. It's 9.
It's a time I mean
no, any time I time only rather what dink it home. Wrong. You continue, you persistent. And
it's on my all time.
And the garden go to dad, you're now rather no worse. I don't know. And I can say waiting room and say prayer ought to be. There be there. Whether there is rain or there is no rain, you are there. But your pension Edding, pa. Edding, papa, yes, be a general can say emre, and I say, Yaman bros, there be difficult, and you better. Because and then nipa nyina hwehwe na kira we fra we saa bo se time I was like we share no want to mention but Yankopon so de o ya alert Yes, na sua for na wono mo na ahomache no nkwa sole ho no akɔhye baabi na bompa ɛyɛ tam wahye se one na gya bedi hye mu eti no bride yedi nya de hia no ɛyɛ very important and a lot don't even have the waiting room. A lot don't even have the waiting room. And also here one idea we must have a waiting room. As a Christian, you must here.
Pastor, na me te single room in me kuro ne me ma.
Eyepa. Eyepa. Nya say waiting room so ko hide down for no akotena mo da bi. Waiting room e brebia. Wa hye ni bria say on pa nim kwa na obu nkoto sa abre ni mu a. That is your waiting place.
Okay. That is here can be find excuse. Hey, that can be sit down there.
That can be sit down. That can be sit down. Say we there. Ukoto dwanim e wo bribia wo ne awade won kita hudie. E wo ukoto dwanim wo dem ho a. Anasa kitchen wa, anasa mfichire wa, anasa koko nase wa. Koko nase wa o. Ah nya dan videos wo koko nase wa. Sa bre no your waiting place, your waiting room. Ah wo se wo ne awade din kita ho kwan soronko so. That is your waiting place. That is your waiting room. By your pension, you come. And now, besides, say, how does God does it?
Yeah, how does He do it?
How do you know, say, you are being awake in the spirit when your heart is soft?
Hey.
Anytime, be a overcome anim. Now, one say, it's like you are down to ground. You have been touched. You have been touched.
How can be?
Every beer overcome anim. No one say your heart is soft. You are down to ground. It's like what peche. That is spiritual awakening. Until some experiences are in the air can be pain. Unya experience ne kan unya hu bi da
pecha ni mu no de awakening ne ba ana o de awakening ne ba na de pecha ne ba
awakening ne ba e pecha it's like ma boto and the moment abon say uhuma pecha no na get you have received something okay Hosea chapter 10
okay
medical kan verse 12 no na chapter 11 verse 1 Nama Matthew 18 verse 12 na brother pastor Eddie kan pastor
Hosea chapter
10 verse 12 no.
Okay.
Also sow to yourself in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground. For it is time to seek the Lord till He come and rain righteousness upon you. How do you know God has rained righteousness upon you? It's when your heart is soft.
Pastor, scripture na da do so I can be na pastor I can tree ni so my.
Hosea 10 verse 12. Hosea chapter 10 verse 12. Sow to yourself in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground. Fallow ground when you quiet na mountain when I say fullness for that be. We're talking about your heart. When your heart is not open up to receive things from God, it's a fallow ground. And to see break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord. Till He comes and rain. When your heart is not soft, you cannot live a righteous life. So when the awakening comes, now wakuma peche bubua. Obo say, what be about for and righteousness becomes simple. Living a righteous life becomes simple. And was it till He come and rain righteousness upon you? Chapter 11 verse 1.
Okay.
When Israel was a child, then I loved him. Until you become a child. When becoming a child is the same as your heart becoming soft. And so you become a child. Whether you are bishop or apostle or papa or whatever,
whoever.
You become when you know you are a child before God, or when your heart is touched to the extent that you become a child before God, that is where you are. You have received, you are loved, and you have received the spiritual awakening. When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. Matthew chapter 18 verse 1. Matthew chapter 18 verse 1 and 1 to 3. At the same time, came the disciple unto Jesus saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Anybody, Christian Ibia, daily basis, he experienced spiritual awakening is the greatest.
O Christian Ibia, bebia dano. Onya sa honhom nkenya no one ne de oso
Papa okay. Verse 2, and Jesus called a little child unto them and set him in the midst of them. Verse 3, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted. How do you receive the conversion? Except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not
enter the kingdom of heaven.
That is why Thomas Watson said he was in the presence of God and he died and entered the presence. It's like because he was already in the presence of God. And you know, before, so we won't say the time almost you have received self spiritual awakening is when your heart, you become a child. Okay. Your heart is softened. You are peche. Because Bible no can Isaiah ho say eno de Nyankopon pu. Eno no. Nyankopon pu.
61 or
61 66 62 so mo hwe ma me 60 bibi. Then 60.
66.
66. When am be 66. Say verse 1 and 2 ho. Also that's here the Lord pastor can ya kobrofo no ya dos kan twi ne mai.
Ozia no cry an kan ho no ye be kan twi no.
Odi for Isaiah tie di osiensia.
Ba ko ni mienu no.
Yimu ba ko ni se wa de sie ni osoro ye mega. Na asase me nanti aso dan be na mo be sia ma me. Na yene me ho me bia. Na yene mi na me nsa ne yo yene mu nyina. Ba me nsa ne ma yene mu nyina ba. Wa de na was e wa de asem ni. Na de me hwe no ni ye.
De me hwe no. De me free stro de mani be si for say me hu say obi sha.
Yes, sebo.
Yeah, e bit messy. So
na